Wow. Ohio. Hi. We will. Hello. Oh, Circles, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you. Hmm. My goodness. I hope everyone is doing good. I need a blanket. Hold on one sec. Ugh. Okay, I got a blankie. Blanky, blanky. I am awake. Have you seen the new Hotel game? I have not. I don't even know what that might be. Excuse me. Hi. Hello. I'll be back. Understood. Amanda, thank you so much for the 12 months. Can't believe it's been a year already. Yeah. That's crazy. It's quite say. I already have tracking for your little man's plushie. I know, I'm surprised some of the little man's plushies are already being shipped out. That's kind of crazy. But hey, at least it's sooner than like uh expected. What's the best way to deal with heartbreak? Give it to God and distract yourself as best as you can. Hallelujah. Hello. How's everyone's Friday doing? How's everyone doing? Team Supreme, thank you so much for the 2 months. Excuse me, goodness. Not great. No, why not great? 4K, no. I'm drawing you again, but no chibi this time. Ayo. Got Monday off too. Motivated myself to start running around my apartment every few hours. Get healthy for future life. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Gotta go to a funeral tomorrow next night. I'm sorry. Funerals are never fun. But you could always put the fun in the. Never mind. Bad joke. Whoa, Melon! Melon! Melon, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you, thank you. Hi. Hi, Melon. Sup, hi, T. Yeah, it's also apparently Dragon Appreciation Day, which I didn't know that was a thing until literally this morning. So, yeah. I do appreciate everyone tagging me and pinging me and appreciating me. It really means a lot. Been having a bad few days. I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. Chicken nugget. Oh my cat, I swear. Do people still call you a goat? Once in a while. I think right now, the comments I get more so are people that try to call me like demonic or something. That I think that's more common now. Because even this morning, I had someone on Instagram comment on my meme that I made the other day go, with horns? I'm like, yeah, with horns. And chicken, can we get out of the laundry basket? Please and thank you. Ugh. No. Yeah, that's what you get, bozo. Fall over. It's an expensive dress. You're not allowed to play with it. I think I'd rather hear the goat jokes again. Same. Deer have horns. Are they demonic? Literally. That's always my response. I just tell people like horns does not equal demonic. Um, God is the God of all creation, and He is the one that has created all things. And He created animals with horns. He created all kinds of creatures with horns and horn-like um, shapes. The devil can only pervert what is already good. And so if we let him win that, you're cooked, bruh. Also saw I got roped into a Lady Lark post. I did. I'm an innocent bystander. That Satan guy is a bozo. Welcome in, new peoples. Hello. Do we really believe the devil is a red guy with horns and pitchfork with a beard and tail? No. The devil can take any shape he wants. I mean, do I have a Discord? I do have Discord. Exclamation mark Discord.
Bella's such a goat. She is always in big brain time mode, and also Bella's the greatest dragon tuber with buckets of chicken nuggets and Bible verses to share with us. Silent yum silent yum silent yum silent yum silent yum silent yum.
Yum. Hi, Hobbit. Excuse me. Ugh. Waking up still. Nah. I feel like this week has gone by really, really fast. Like, I woke up this morning and I was like, dang, it's already Friday. It's kind of crazy. Has this week gone by fast for anyone else, or am I schizo? I did just get up from a nap, yeah. Yeah. Definitely felt like the week has just gone by really, really quick. The week just started. What do you mean? It's Monday. It do be time for the weekend. the Monday-est Friday I've had. Am I feeling okay? I'm feeling pretty good. Just a little sleepy is all. I had pizza for dinner. That was pretty yummy, not gonna lie. When am I not eepy? It's a great question. I was doing pretty good today. I wasn't really that tired overall today. I only napped today because I didn't want to have like a crash. Cold or reheated pizza? Neither. I had a fresh pizza. A fresh Domino's pizza. Jazzy, thank you so much for the 9 months. And Omer, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you guys for the resubs. What's my favorite pizza? I like pepperoni and Italian sausage. Have I ever made my own pizza? I have once. I actually used to make like these little like pizza croissants almost with my mom. They're really good. Oh, it's a dragon. It's a me. I'm a dragon. Dragon Appreciation Day, huh? Yeah, apparently. Also, my secret project did get fully funded. I just wanted to say I appreciate that so much. Um, I didn't expect that goal to get funded as quick as it did, but um I do appreciate that. Jesus and whatnot had to explain to their fans that gooning is a mortal sin as if we didn't know less is sin. What? I'm trying to figure out how your comment relates to the conversation, brother. Jesus and what? Oh, my bad. Some fans of Jesus and whatnot and Instagram channel are gooning to them. Wait, what? That's so weird. That's whack. I don't even know what that page is here. Interesting. I don't know. Is my tail fluffy? It is fluffy. I'm a fluffy dragon. Now that it's funded, do I have a time frame? Yeah, so my goal, I've already planned it out with my artist and I did find myself someone to rig it in the time frame I wanted. So my secret project model thingy will be debuted hopefully by the end of summer. So we can expect that by the end of summer. And when I say by the end of summer, probably like somewhere in August. Yeah. And yeah, and hopefully that'll be a nice, like, I guess, not buffer, something to, I guess kind of like a buffer is the word I would use, between 2.0 Because 2.0 will take longer than I originally had planned. 2.0 probably won't debut till till the end of the year. Um, Champion? Hi. Um, thank you for the 10 gifted. Thank you. I'm never here during the end of your streams, but do I rate out or no? No, I usually don't. Appreciate the jacket, thank you. A melon! Ah! Ow! But thank you for the 10 gifted. Already using that promotion money, I see. Jeez, brother. I was like, I'm always open to race suggestions, but I just usually don't. Melon makes me the government funded VTuber. Literally. Guten Tag, Ray. Wie geht's? Haven't even gotten paid yet, bruh.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Ah. Bell speaking German was not on my bingo card. I remember the bare basics. I love your shirts and readings. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. There's a Christian YouTuber I follow that takes prayer requests during stream, and it's been a real blessing. Would you ever consider a time in your streams for prayer requests? Prayer requests during streams is something I have wanted to do, but the reason why I don't is because I feel like it would get really hectic, and I don't want anyone to feel like their prayer request was ignored, especially with how flooded chat can get and how hectic crazy it can be. And I just don't want to make anyone feel bad. But I do a lot of the times I call them blanket prayers where I just pray over everyone in the community and I pray over you guys very often. um but yeah. Mia! Mia, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Mia baby girl.
Baba Bowie.
Hey. Hey Mia. I hope you had a good stream, Mia. How is you? I is good. I is good.
Cheer 5.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Happy Dragon's Day. Happy Dragon's Day to you, baby girl. Bam, 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 bam. I don't know why I'm typing all caps. Because you can. Because dragons. What's the plans for today's stream? I don't know yet. I have multiple things on my brain that I want to do, but I haven't decided what I want to do yet. Because part of me wants to read a book, and then the other part of me wants to play Overwatch, and then the other part of me just wants to sit here and chat. And so I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. What book? I plan on reading Mere Christianity on stream. I just haven't figured out when to start it. I think what we can do, we can I was about to say I was like we're doing just chatting right now. I can actually also start our devotional before I forget. We got to do our devotional before I forget. Let me actually open it up to the page. We are on January 16th. G-Freak, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Thank you, thank you. You have some errands to run? Can you go pick me up a notebook? Like a writing notebook? I meant to go to Barnes & Noble and find me a cute one, but I have yet to do that. So, yeah. Some meds for surgery. Oh, wait, what kind of surgery are you having? I'm getting surgery soon too. Soon-ish. I have a crater in my femur, so they're going to plug the hole with a cadaver. Ew. They should just put some ramen in it. Just plug the hole with some ramen. Cause like that one guy that used to like make those videos repairing stuff with ramen. They just fix it with ramen. No, but I need to go by Barnes& and Noble tomorrow and pick me up a notebook because I am starting my disciple making training program tomorrow. And I meant to get a notebook specifically for that, but I never did. So I will have to go after, and tomorrow I'll just be taking my notes on my iPad, probably. Hydran, thank you so much for the 2 months. And Oilfield Gamer, thank you for the 4 months. So yeah, I'll be taking my notes tomorrow on my iPad, and then I'll go to Barnes & Noble after. Go run your errands, Mia. God bless you, sister. I love you. Did I just hear oil? Freedom. You hear oil, I hear freedom. I'm trying to join your Discord server. Oh, let me see. Let me see. There you are, I think. Yeah. There you go. I got you. You has been approved. All right. Let's do our devotional chat. How's the silly ice dragon doing today? I'm doing good. My week been pretty chill. Work was crazy this week, I will say that. Hey Bill, just want to say thank you for all you've done. You really helped me get out of a dark place and back with Jesus. I even was a scripture reader for my grandmother's funeral today, which I wouldn't have done if I thank you, but all glory goes to God, man. I I'm glad you were able to do that though for your grandmother, and I pray that her body is resting with the Lord, or her soul is resting with the Lord. Her body's in the ground, but her soul I am not good with comforting people in death. Forgive me. My copium is humor. I actually have a really funny story. Um I have a really funny story. When my grandma a few years ago, when she was passing away, it was her final day. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Drew, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. What the heck? Thank you. My brother got a sub. Heck yeah. Now I'm leaving. Go away, Mia. Go away. Thank you, Drew, for the 10 gifted. But no, funny story. When my grandma was passing away, it was on her final day, and my mom, my uncle, and my grandma's best friend were all there at hospice with her for like her last few hours, and my uncle goes, "Okay, mom, you can die now." And my grandma's friend literally grabbed her hand, made a middle finger, and said, "She says F you." I was like, "No, shot." That happened. I was cackling. I was cackling. It was too good. But no, it's just humor. That is how my family copes. And then I remember, like, my mom, when my grandma was actually dead, my mom kept trying to close her eyes, like in the movies. And we were just like, Mom, that's not how that works. We are like, Mom, the eyes stay open. So that's what I'm saying. It was so cooked. I was like, oh, no way. But it works in the movie, so it must be true for real. I remember I tried doing that to my cat when my childhood cat when I put him down. Um how many years has it been? It's been about 5 it'll be 5 years this year since I put my first childhood cat down. Um I remember like he was laying there on the table after like he had officially died, and I was like trying to close his eyes. I was like, "Stop." Stop. Diabolical, but that is what some people need to hear before they pass. It is interesting how like people do hang on before they officially pass away. Like my grandma didn't die until she heard from her other son that wasn't even there with her. He was, I don't even know where he was. He was out somewhere, but they had to call him cuz they were like, "Why is she not dying yet?" And um my mom was just like, who hasn't she heard from yet?" And then they called my other uncle who wasn't even there, and he told her like, "Mom, I love you." and it's okay to go. And then literally like few minutes after that phone call, she was gone. I was like, it's crazy how like we hang on sometimes before we actually like go. Mhm. Why? That was a name. That is a name that followed me. I don't like that name. Account created 1 hour ago. I see. You're trying to be funny. I understand. God bless you. Repent and seek God. And just know Jesus loves you, friend. Anyways, Jones, thank you so much for the 2 months. Um, Devotional, anybody? All right, January 16th. I'm actually proud. I've been doing pretty good at like staying consistent with these. I know some days I'm a little late on uploading them, but I'm glad I'm actually like keeping up as best I can. I'm better late than never. But January 16th. The message and the method. Your conduct, in quotes, should be honorable among the Gentiles, that when they speak against you as evildoers, they may, by your good works which they observe, glorify God in the day of visitation. Churches are always looking for new methods for doing their ministry, and many Christians are eager to find the newest ways to share their faith. Good for us. We need to be geared to the times as we proclaim the unchanging message of Christ. We want to reach our contemporary culture, and every generation devises its own techniques and systems, like VTubers. Ha. But wait, sometimes the methods don't have to change. God's primary means of evangelism is for people to see the hope of Christ in our daily lives and to ask us about it. We're to be ready to give an answer when that happens. God's method is to let our light shine before men so they can see our good works and glorify our Heavenly Father. Peter said, "Live such good lives among the pagans that they may see your good deeds and glorify God." God's message is Christ. His method is you. Men are God's method. The church is looking for better methods. God is looking for better men. Yeah, my VTuber model blinks a lot when I look down. I'm sorry. VTuber models don't know how to track looking down. It's such a weird thing. Like it's not something that is tracked very well. I wonder if 3D models, I guess, have a better time. Maybe because they use different tracking. I don't know. Actually, no, some VTuber, like 3D VTuber models I've seen, depending on what you're using for tracking, even like your eyes just look closed. Hi, chicken. What you doing, buddy? My cat is sitting right in front of my monitor just watching my tail. Or I think he's watching the emojis or the emotes bounce around on the screen. Nope. He's batting at my tail. Chicken! Chicken's batting at my tail on the screen. That's so funny. Silly kitty. This is my first time checking out a stream, currently listening while playing Rivals. Pretty chill. Yee, thank you. Welcome in. Chicken, stop. He just keeps smacking the monitor because he sees my tail. It's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. It's cute in a way too, because it's just stupid. My laptop just short-circuited. Oh, I see. Imagine if you had a real tail. Imagine. Imagine if humans had like actual tails. Because like I watch my cats every day like try to grab each other's tails just because it's a wavy freaking noodle. It looks like a string, it must be a string. The phrase "get some tail" would make more sense. Oh my goodness. Okay. Some humans do, it's a birth defective. True. I was like, we all technically, I mean, we all do have tail bones, but we just don't have tails. Do ASMR. How was that? Four out of 10. How? Hi, chicken. Hi, baby. Come here. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was funny. That was too good. Mazel tov. We need a burp compilation. Someone get Blake. Blake's my editor. He's in charge of that. If he made a burp compilation, like a 10-minute, maybe 5 to 10-minute burp compilation I could upload to YouTube, I think it'd go viral. I think it'd go viral. Chicken. What are you doing, buddy? Make a joyful noise. Yeah, my burps are just my joyful noises. Dang, some of y'all got like 20 plus stream watch streaks. That's pretty cool. Pars! Hi, Pars. Am I a dinosaur? Have you ever thought about a side gig as an ASMR? No. No. Too energetic for that? Yeah, pretty much. Hello? Are you cats high? Chicken? Time to get off the desk, buddy. Biscuit, get your life together. Please and thank you. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna spray catnip on my floor. Have fun. I'm Falcor. Okay. Understood. What exactly is catnip? Catnip is a weed. It's a weed that grows naturally, but cats love it. It's a mint. I thought it was a weed. I thought catnip was a weed. It's in the mint family. So catnip is in the mint family. But it is a weed. It's drugs for cats. We're just talking about catnip. Drugs are bad, okay. Look, watching cats trip on catnip is pretty funny. I don't give
Catnip is the cats as marijuana is to humans.
pretty much. But I get like the little catnip spray. They have some catnip like toys, but they don't play with them much. But like the spray stuff that I get them, the Meowajuana catnip spray, I usually will like just spray a little bit like on my floor and they'll just roll around in it. As someone who had to see firsthand the effects of drugs, those are not things to make light of. Um, I've had a past with using weed before. Um, I think it just I mean obviously that is your conviction. I joke about it here and there, but like I'm talking about catnip. It is what it is. But that is just my take, my opinion. But I am sorry. It also depends on the drug we make fun of. Absolutely. 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 Are they suckers for temptation treats? They do like the temptation treats, but I also give them dental treats more so. I was like, I feed my cats dental treats more so, and they love them, surprisingly. I thought your surgery was yesterday. No, my surgery got pushed. Greenies, yes, greenies. Yeah, my surgery got pushed to next month, so my surgery is actually 1 month from today. Fun fact. Yippee. Yeah. Does catnip help reduce stress in cats? I think it does in a sense because basically what catnip does is it makes them hyper for like a second and then it makes them chill. Like right now they're actually pretty relaxed, which is great. It's what I wanted. Oh gosh. Pars. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Thank you, thank you. And not thank you so much for the 11 months. Surgery? Yeah, I'm getting thyroid surgery in a month. I'm getting my thyroid removed. The only drugs I could excuse are medical drugs, and even those are questionable quality. None of the kind that get someone high for good are good for anyone. Like I said, seen it firsthand for years. I think medical drugs like prescription is different, but there are also issues where people do get addicted to those, and then that is a problem. Doing drugs for fun obviously is very bad. We should not do that because scripture does call us to remain sober minded always and stay vigilant. But I know even like some prescription drugs are meant to make us tired, especially if they're like heavy painkillers. Like my mom after her surgery had to take, I think it was Oxy, and it would make her really tired, like not loopy but tired. And but yeah, no, absolutely. Like I definitely agree that drugs for any hobby shouldn't be a thing. Hobby or just because like no, we are no. Too much of anything is bad. You can even die off of water. Alaskan, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you guys. What the heck? Why so many gifted subs today? Why y'all crazy? I don't envy you the Christian policing you have to go through on stream and off stream. Stay strong, sis. I wouldn't call it so much like policing. I think it can come off that way, but I think what happens is people definitely confuse like emotions for facts almost like, and we have to remember that like our convictions aren't universal. Um, but no, I do agree with Crystal 100% on like the whole drug thing. Like, drugs are bad. I only support using drugs in a medical sense. Um, but I know like some mutuals I like a mutual I have, he does cigars as like a hobby. He's not addicted to it and it doesn't make him high or anything, and that's his hobby, and we have different opinions on it. It is what it is. But um I mean, I do, depending on the subject, I do call me in general. I mean, look, Crystal is the first part of your username. It's easier to just say Crystal. My bad, chief. But but no, I do I worked in illegal 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. What? Bruh. That's crazy. That is illegal. That's so illegal, it's not even funny. I believe drugs weaken the mind, so it breaks the connection between the mind and the body, and it lets things in. That's why some people, when they become sober, can't remember what they were doing. Yeah, yeah, especially like, I mean, the drugs that do alter your cognitive function. Do you think THC weed is okay for anxiety? No, because you are high and you are not sober minded, and it inhibits your ability to function cognitively. Scripture says very clearly to remain sober minded always. And THC is does not make you sober. It does the opposite. I believe like so for me when it comes to like weed, like I know my grandma when she was going through cancer treatment, she was already like going down the end, but to keep her comfortable, they prescribed her medical marijuana. And I think in that case, that's something that I can like kind of understand. Um, no wine. No, I mean you can have wine in moderation so long as you are not getting tipsy or drunk. Because drinking is not the sin; it is the getting drunk, and even just tipsy is um the bad part. But for me, like my anxiety and depression, like I am on Prozac, the probably the most like known antidepressant drug that's out there. I take it. I don't take it every day. Um, but I am currently taking Prozac and it's helped me a lot. Um, but I accompany my Prozac with going to therapy and investing like more time into being with God. And that is what helps because I mean, any kind of drug or pill like can only do so much. They're not, it's the drug alone is not going to help you. It's the drug accompanying with therapy and actual help. What does Prozac do? So Prozac is an SSRI, which is a serotonin something reuptake in I don't even know. What SSRI meaning? Here we go. SSRI. Why is it not giving me the freaking means? There we go. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. That's what it means. So basically, what SSRIs do, and the point of those is to allow your brain to, so like when you have serotonin in your brain, your body uses it, like just tries to get rid of it all the time, I think, if I'm correct. But what an SSRI does is it allows your brain to hold more serotonin and it increases the amount of serotonin in your brain so you have the ability to be happier, essentially. It's more happy chemical. Yes. It helps your brain hold more serotonin and therefore can help you regulate your mood and everything. It makes you happier. Not like necessarily makes you happier, but it helps you be happier. Um that's why I always call them my happy pills. But I don't take mine every day. Like I took them every day to get like the actual dose in my system. But since Prozac has a small health life, or a very short half-life, I it stays in my system longer, I think, is what I'm understanding from what my doctor told me. So, like, I can go without it for a couple days and I'm fine. But when I was on Lexapro, actually, Lexapro did not work for me. Lexapro sucked. I When I was on Lexapro, I like stopped taking it for like 2 days and I went in the fattest mental spiral I think I have ever been in. Like it was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Um but with my Prozac, like it's helped me a lot. And I also go to therapy. I'm investing more of my time into real life church and just doing things that are generally gonna make me happier. Cause my end goal isn't to be on them forever. I actually want to try staying off of them after my surgery. That is my goal. But with the amount of crap I went through last year, I kind of needed to be back on my antidepressants. I do believe like antidepressants, they're okay if you truly need them, but not for like a long-term solution. I see them as like just a little extra help. And I think that's okay if you need it. If you need the help, get the help. Mhm. Adderall. Ooh. Yeah. And I was like, I know, and I think like I know um whew, I used to what is it? I remember with my last relationship, him and his friends used to like really hate the idea of antidepressants and they didn't my ex didn't understand until I had to sit him down and explain to him what an antidepressant does and what happens basically because he used to think like antidepressants were like the worst things ever. Um and I for some people they don't work. For some people they feel worse and that is a side effect. But I helped him understand like some people just need that extra help and this is what an antidepressant should do. It's meant to help. And some people just can't like it is literally sometimes for some people a literal chemical thing in their brain where their brain can't produce enough serotonin. So they need the antidepressant in order to have a higher serotonin amount. But like my first antidepressant that I was on, which was the Lexapro, it used to make me numb. I just felt like a zombie. And I also think that's also why that there's like many different types of the same drug is because for some people one brand may not work for you and that's why you should try a different one. Will I be on antidepressants forever? No. I don't want to be. I'm hoping after my thyroid surgery, I'm going to try and like figure out all of my medications that I'm on currently. That's why I switched to CBD. I actually tried CBD once. That made my anxiety worse, actually. And that was my experience with it, so I wouldn't have done it. I used to have, like, a little CBD vape, and it didn't do the job for me. It made me feel worse. Um, no, yeah, everyone's brains are different, and our bodies are all different, and sometimes we need the extra help, and other times, it's just a matter of, like, just understanding our bodies. And when one thing isn't working, then we recognize that. I guess it makes it look because I just found a channel. Yeah, I'm getting surgery in a month for my thyroid removal. It's quite fascinating. The mind is connected to the body and the soul, yet one of them goes wrong and it affects the others. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I'd never realized, like more so with my thyroid issues, I never realized how much the thyroid actually affects. And I know like I've had some friends that didn't even know what a thyroid was. Um and I remember telling them like everything that your thyroid can affect and they were like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah." All my cats are passed out on the floor. I love it. The catnip worked chat. The kitty sleepy sleep. I love this. Thyroid sounds like a 1960s sci-fi villain. Yeah, it's funny though, because so like for hyperthyroid, common symptoms: rapid or pounding heart rate, palpitations, weight loss despite increased hunger, anxiety, nervousness, irritability, hand tremors, increased sweating and heat tolerance, frequent bowel movements or diarrhea, sleep problems, fatigue, muscle weakness, goiter, which is a swollen neck or an enlarged thyroid, hair loss, and menstrual changes. Yay! It's great. It's a great time. It's a great time. It's not a great time. So, I like to blame my sleepy issues and my constant tiredness on my thyroid problems because that's what I always want to chalk it up to, and it could also just be that I don't get my vitamins. It could be a number of things. I don't know. I like to blame it on things that I already have, so it's fine. the Shadow. Oh, it has been 2 years. Dang, that's crazy. How's my week been? It's been good. It's been good. Been a bit crazy at work, but it's been good. Thank you guys. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Bell confirmed not a Flintstones kid. No, I took the freak out of my Flintstone vitamins. Don't you come at me for not taking my Flintstones. Because I took them every morning. I had my Flintstone vitamins every morning. Do they still make them as, like, the little chalk versions, like, the little chalky candy ones? Everything. No? They don't make them like that anymore? But did I today, though? No. Are they all gummies now? I've low-key been thinking about the possibility of me doing a video explaining your content in Japanese. Do it, bro. That'd be sick. I was like, I know most vitamins now are freaking gummies, but I loved the freaking like oh I was mouthing the thing. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm about to sneeze again. The heck is this? I like it. It's ameno. Am I gonna sneeze again or am I not? I can't tell. Am I sick? No, just allergies. I actually need to deep clean my whole entire house because I haven't in a couple weeks. Ameno. Yeah, ameno.
This is big brain time.
How do I feel knowing the Latino community supports you? Heck yeah. Ugh. Hold on. I need to blow my nose. Okay, I think we're good. I still have that stupid itch in my nose that makes me feel like I'm about to sneeze. Grr. Did Belle sneezes does infected snow come out? Yeah. This sparkly snow colored goop comes out of my nose. Can't tell if my body wants to freaking sneeze or not. How do I induce a sneeze? Wait, what? 500 pesos? Whoa! I didn't see that. I need to seriously fix my activity feed to show YouTube also. But thank you. Thank you. For the super chat. Thank you so much. My mom had hyperthyroidism and had it radiated. Oh, dang. That's crazy. Look at a bright light. I don't have one. Chicken. What kind of dinosaur would I be? Well, since according to Instagram and not my dino nuggies, pterodactyls are not dinosaurs, they're pterosaurs, so I can't be a pterodactyl, so I guess I would just be a stegosaurus or a triceratops. One of those. Ugh. Pluto is a planet. Excuse me, sorry. Ugh. Ugh. Ow. Ah. I was taught pterodactyls were in all the dinosaur shows as a kid, therefore pterodactyls are dinosaurs. They are also on my they're on my dino nuggies. Therefore pterodactyl dinosaur. Dang it.
But
Ah. I'm actually gonna go wipe my face real quick. I'll be right back. Be good, chat.
He's just standing there, menacingly! Yay!
soiled it, soiled it, soiled it, soiled it, soiled it, soiled it.
This big brain time.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Wow.
You what?
You what? You what? What are y'all doing? Why? 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 Excuse me. My good. No, my nose is trying to take me out. Ugh. I'm trying to decide on dinner. Pizza! Why is 6 afraid of the 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Ha ha. Shut up. Pizza is goated. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? It's not my thing. I don't like it. I I like pepperoni and Italian sausage. Instead of eating pizza, you should eat grilled chicken. What if I don't want to? Would I take pineapple over anchovies? I don't know. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A. I like my doggy, my doggy. Huh? Dog ears? Maybe I should get canes. Ooh, do it. Oh, I gotta blow my nose again. Ugh.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Circles? The heck? Thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. Thank you, Circles. Oh. Hi, Fearless. I'm doing good. How are you? Thank you, Circles. Whew. Forgive me and my runny nose. I don't know why my nose is being a pain in my butt. Man, my cats are zonked. You can make a tissue dance. I know. Did I see that my secret projects already finished? Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about that at the beginning of stream. Wait, Logan, thank you so much for the gifted sub. But I was talking
He's
about
just standing there, menacingly.
But I was talking about that at the beginning of stream. My secret project did get funded, and I'm really grateful for that. I it's been crazy. Runny nose, you better go catch it. Aha. 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 But yeah, I really do appreciate it. Okay, thank you for the gift this hub. Thank you. What about your study Bible? What about my study Bible? And which study Bible? I think I have like 3. The one from Throne? Yeah. I have I have I know someone tried suggesting a study Bible to me not too long ago, but I already have like 3, so I had to decline it. But I have I do have 3, and one of them did come from Throne. I'm having trouble with blasphemous thoughts. Oh no. Do you want to talk about a Titan? I'm more than willing to help if you want to talk about a Titan. Have I splurged for any premium Bibles? Not really, no. I like making sure my Bibles are very, I call them travel friendly, that they can fit in my backpack. Although I think one day I would like to have like one of those really big fancy ones that I can lay on like our coffee table. A signed Bible. It's like a power. I know you make a way. I hope I someday find a group of people like Silent here is creating. I'm currently looking for people who are of younger generations and willing to talk about Christianity and so on. Hey, I'm glad you're here and part of the community as well. You're always more than welcome to talk to any of us. Um, Signed by whom? Biggs, Jesus. I'm so excited I'm getting Little Mans on Tuesday. Heck yeah! Also, for those that seem to be getting their Little Mans plushies sooner than expected, I did make a channel in my Discord called the Little Man's a Plush Appreciation Chat, and if you want to spam pictures of your Little Man's plushie going on adventures, feel free to slap those in the Discord server. I don't know about you, but I stopped caring about Christian discourse on platforms like Instagram because it's hardly any better than worldly Discord. Absolutely. That's why I don't really engage in any arguments with people. Like, people will try to start arguments with me online, and I just don't respond. Or I just give them very, like, simple, silly responses, and then they just leave me alone. Will I read to y'all? You know what? Maybe I can. Let me hold on. Let me grab the book. My little bookshelf. I got like so many books over here. Please tell me this is here. Okay, yes, it's right here. I have so many books on my bookshelf.
They'll tell me where iron is right now before I steal your Dino Nuggies.
Iron's in the basement, down the hall to the left. Can't miss it. You want to try Mere Christianity? I do. I do want to try. Do I have Hazel Eyes IRL? No. I do not, actually. Why are you inquiring about my IRL appearance? Let's not do that. Please and thank you. I have eyes. No. As a VTuber, it's uncomfy when people ask about my IRL appearance. Me no likey. I definitely do know, like, people are definitely very much more, like, curious about how VTubers look. Should I read the preface?
You're so lucky to have eyes. I'm just a black hole frown.
It's okay, Circles. You're a beautiful black hole. Oh, wait. It seems like the preface is like a whole chapter in and of itself, so I guess I should. Oh, clearly I was reading it. I found a bookmark in here. I started. I only got a few pages in. Okay, I see what's going on here. Okay. Do you have it? Do I exist? Barely. Barely. You have it. Mere Christianity, yeah. It's good to me. Can't believe. Ugh. A beautiful circle. A beautiful black hole. But yeah, I guess I was like, I can attempt to read, like, we can do like a chapter, see how it goes. Okay, I see. So there's a preface and then there's a foreword. And then it goes into the actual chapters. Got it. Got it. I understand now. I understand, child. Understand. It's so smart. Do both the preface and the forward. I go forward and then I go backward and then I don't even know. I just work here. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna be a little goofy goober and I'm gonna choose highlighting in here just in case and then probably grab my pencil. What are we reading? We're gonna read Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. Oh, me trying to change my stream title. There we go. There we go. There we go. C.S. Lewis is quite rich in vocabulary. Das ist okay. Hi, Biscuit. Biscuit has joined us. He's joined me in my lab. Hi, buddy. Why'd you leave your brother on the floor? Stranded. Just left your brother on the floor. This is a surprise. This is reading. I've been wanting to read this on stream. I just haven't found the time, or not really time, but I haven't decided when I was gonna do it. But I guess like now is better now than never, kind of thing. I guess, right? All right. I need to. There we go. I'm gonna use my little. Screw tape is easier than mirror. I need to get the. I need to get the screw tape. I'll need to get that one. But I had Mere Christianity gifted to me, and so I wanna. I wanted to read that first. So yeah. Here, let me actually. Comfy reading time. Yeah. Comfy read. Here, should I turn off the music actually? Let's turn off the music. Why not? It'll help my brain focus a little better. Biscuit. Cute kitties. My cats are so cute. But yeah. So yeah, we are gonna read Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I don't know how often we'll read a chapter, but I figured we might as well start it. Let's see how it goes. But we're gonna start off with the preface. Preface or preface? How do y'all say it? Part of me wants to say preface, but then I also want to say preface. Preface, yeah. Preface. The face before the face. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Okay. I guess we will start. Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. The preface. The contents of this book were first given on the air and then published in 3 separate parts as broadcast talks. Christian behavior and broadcast talks, Christian behavior, and beyond personality. In printed versions, I made a few additions to what I had said at the microphone, but otherwise left the text much as it had been. A talk on the radio should, I think, be as like real talk as possible. What kind of English are you speaking, Mr. Lewis? And should not sound like an essay being read aloud. In my talks, I had therefore used all the contractions and Have I read the book though? I have not read the book. This is my first time reading it. Uh, Colloquialisms. The book. I don't even know. I give up on this. I'm already calling it now. There's gonna be some words where I'm just gonna look at it and be like, no. I ordinarily use in conversation. In the printed version, I reproduced this, putting don't and we've for do not and we have. And wherever in the talks I had made the importance of a word clear by the emphasis of my voice, I printed it in italics. I am now inclined to think that this was a mistake, an undesirable hybrid between the art of speaking and the art of writing. A talker ought to use variations of voice for emphasis because his medium naturally lends itself to that method, but a writer ought to not use italics for the same purpose. He has his own different means of bringing out the key words and ought to use them. In this edition, I have expanded the contractions and replaced most of the italics by a recasting of the sentences in which they occurred, but without altering, I hope, the popular or familiar tone which I had all along intended. I also I have also added and deleted where I thought I understood any part my s- of my subject better now than 10 years ago, or where I knew that the original version had been misunderstood by others. The reader should be warned that I offer no help to anyone who is hesitating between two Christian denominations. You will not learn from me whether you ought to become an Anglican, a Methodist, a Presbyterian, my gosh, maybe I can't English, or a Roman Catholic. This omission is intentional. There is no mystery about my own position. I am very ordinary layman of the Church of England, not especially high or especially low, nor especially anything else. But in this book, I am not trying to convert anyone to my own position. Ever since I became a Christian, I have thought that the best, perhaps the only, service I could do for my unbelieving neighbors was to explain and defend the belief that has been common to nearly all Christians at all times. I had more than one reason for thinking this. In the first place, the questions which divide Christians from one another often involve points of high theology or even of ecclesiastically history. I think I said that word right. Redeem Zoomer's about to roast you for pronunciation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Which ought never to be treated except by real experts. I should have been out of my depth in such waters, more in need of help myself than able to help others. And secondly, I think we must admit that the discussion of these disputed points has no tendency at all to bring an outsider into the Christian fold. So long as we write and talk about them, we are much more likely to deter him from entering any Christian communion than to draw him into our own. Our, our divisions should never be discussed except in the presence of those who have already come to believe that there is one God and that Jesus Christ is his only Son. Okay, love that. Love that. I love that. I love that sentence. Don't mind me, I'm highlighting that sentence because that sentence was kind of goated. Our division should never be discussed except in the presence of those who have already come to believe that there is one God and that Jesus Christ is his only Son. I love that. I love that. Finally, I got the impression that far more. Wait. Okay. I got the impression that far more and more talented authors were already engaged in such controversial matters than in the defense of what Baxter calls mere Christianity. That part of the line where I thought I could serve best was also the part that seemed to be thinnest. And so into it I naturally went. Huh? Eh? So far as I know, these were my only motives, and I should be very glad if people would not draw fanciful inferences. Oh gosh, I'm about to sneeze again. No! Hold on. Oh my gosh. Goodness me. Thank you. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Thank you guys. Hey girl, hey Robo. You okay? I'm good. My allergies are just dead to me right now. But uh so so far as I know, these are my only motives, and I should be very glad if people would not draw fanciful inferences from my silence on certain disputed matter. Man, why is C.S. Lewis the goat? I feel like I'm gonna like this book a lot. For example, such silence need not mean that I myself am sitting on the fence. Ah, yes. Mr. Lewis, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh gosh, please don't let me sneeze again. I don't want to sneeze again. Don't let me sneeze. Chat, help. Can we delete my nose? Ugh. Such silence need not mean that I myself am sitting on the fence. Sometimes I am. There are questions at issue between Christians to which I do not think we have been told the answer. There are some to which I may never know the answer. If I asked them, even in a better world, I might, for all I know, be answered as a far greater questioner was answered. What is that to thee? Follow thou me. What is that to thee? Follow thou me. Okay. But there are other questions as to which I am definitely on one side of the fence and yet say nothing. For I am not writing to expound something I could call my religion, but to expound mere Christianity, which is what it is and what it was long before I was born and whether I like it or not. Oh, okay. I need to blow my nose. 1 second. Okay, I think I'm good for now. Ay, ay, ay. Some people draw unwarranted conclusions from the fact that I never say more about the Blessed Virgin Mary than is involved in asserting the virgin birth of Christ. Oh, 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 oh. Lewis. Lewis, my beloved. But surely my reason for not doing so is obvious. To say more would take me at once into highly controversial regions, and there is no controversy between Christians ha which needs to be so delicately touched as this. The Roman Catholics' belief on that subject are held not only with the ordinary fervor, I don't even know, that attaches to all sincere religious beliefs, but with the peculiar and, as it were, chivalrous sensibility that a man feels when the honor of his mother or his beloved is at stake. It is very difficult so to dissent from them that oh, fervor, energy. Okay. Oh my gosh, my nose is about to kill me again. Help, chat, please. I may not be able to like actually freaking get through reading. Sorry. Ugh. Forgive me. Okay. I'm probably just gonna read a little slower, just to let my brain, like, not be fried here. Okay. Are not are held not only with the ordinary fervor that attaches to all sincere religious belief, but very naturally with the peculiar and, as it were, chivalrous sensibility that a man feels when the honor of his mother or his beloved is at stake. It is very difficult so to dissent from them that you will not appear to them as a cad as well as a heretic. And, contrariwise, the opposed Protestant beliefs on this subject call forth feelings which go down to the very roots of all monotheism, whatever. Okay. To radical Protestants, it seems that the distinction between creator and creature, however holy, is imperiled, that polytheism is risen again. Hence it is hard so to dissent from them that you will not appear something worse than a heretic, a pagan. If any topic could be relied upon to wreck a book about mere Christianity. If any topic makes utterly unprofitable reading for those who do not yet believe that the Virgin Son is God, surely this is it. Okay. I need to blow my nose more. Actually, I don't really need to blow my nose, but I need to probably just need to sit with a tissue up my nostril. TBH. Oddly enough, you cannot even conclude from my silence on disputed points either that I think them important or that I think them unimportant. For this is itself one of the disputed points. One of the things Christians are disagreed about is the importance of their disagreements. When two Christians of different denominations start arguing, it is usually not long before one asks whether such and such a point really matters, and the other replies, matter? Why, it's absolutely essential. I've seen this in my own Discord server. I've seen this in my own Discord server. Arguing is only good if it's fruitful. If it just turns into senseless back and forth, um, arguing and no one's making any headway, it's not healthy. It's not good at that point. It's only good if it's fruitful. All this all this is said simply in order to make clear what kind of book I was trying to write, not in the least to conceal or evade responsibility for my own beliefs. About those, as I said before, there is no secret. To quote Uncle Toby, they are written in the common prayer book. But take a sip of water. C.S. Lewis, yeah, we are doing the. All right, chat. Real question though. I may divide stream here for a minute, but am I chaotic for buying the water bottles at the gas station that use the like little nipple top lids instead of a normal water bottle lid? There's something about The little, like, I call them nipple tops, but, like, they're better. It's just better. I get my little 1 liter water bottle with this little nipple top, and it's just goated. Nipple tops? That's what I call them. Is that not what they're called? Am I using the wrong word? Why do you call them nipple tops? So because that's what it's like, a baby bottle, and they're called nipples, and that's what I call them. That's what I've always thought they were called. That's what they look like. Sports top. It's a nipple. I don't know. Where is your mind at again? Where did you drink from as a child? I just what they called. I've always called them that. Shut up. They just call them the squirty Tammy. That's worse. That's worse. No. Dang it. Lord help us. Lord Jesus, please help your children and forgive us for being so stupid. Oh my gosh, I can't with you guys. I can't with you guys. I can't. I can't. I can't. No, you're already with this one. No, no, it's not my circus, not my monkeys. Are you into women clothing things? No, we were talking about water bottles. We're just talking about the water bottles. I hate it here. It's not- Okay. Anyways, moving on. The danger clearly was that I should put forward as common Christianity anything that was peculiar to the Church of England, or worse still, to myself. I tried to guard against this by sending the original script of what is now Book 2 to 4 clergymen: Anglican, Methodist, Presbyterian, and Roman Catholic, and asking for their criticism. The Methodist thought I had not said enough about faith, and the Roman Catholic thought I had gone rather too far about the comparative unimportance of theories in explanation of the atonement. Otherwise, all 5 of us were agreed. I did not have the remaining books similarly vetted because in them, though differences might arise among Christians, these would be differences between individuals or schools of thought, not between denominations. So far as I can judge from reviews and from numerous letters written to me, the book, however faulty in other respects, did at least succeed in presenting an agreed or common or central or mere Christianity. In that way, it may possibly be of some help in silencing the view that, if we omit the disputed points, we shall have left only a vague and bloodless HCF The HCF turns out to be something not only positive but pungent, divided from all non-Christian beliefs by a chasm to which the worst divisions the worst divisions inside Christendom are not really comparable at all. Chat, what does HCF mean? What's HCF? The HCF. Highest common factor. Maybe? Maybe. I just work here. I'm just reading the book. The twitchy eyes. I know, it's because I'm looking down. Hungry, craving food. That's what I thought. No, I'm just kidding. If I have not directly helped the cause of reunion, I have perhaps made it clear why we ought to be reunited. Certainly, I have met with little of the fabled odium theologicum. I think I said that right. From convinced members of communions different from my own. Hostility has come more from borderline people, whether within the Church of England or without it. You've been acting goofy lately. I'm just a goofy girl. Without it, men not exactly obedient to any communion. This I find curiously consoling. It is at her center where her truest children dwell, that each communion is really closest to every other in spirit, if not in doctrine. And this suggests that at the center of each there is something, or a someone, who against all divergencies of belief, all differences of temperament, all memories of mutual persecution, speaks with the same voice. So much for my omissions on doctrine. In Book 3, which deals with morals, I have also passed over some things in silence, but for a different reason. Ever since I served as an infantryman in the First World War, in the First World War, I have had great dislike of people who themselves in ease, who, sorry, I've have had a great dislike of people who, themselves in ease and safety, issue ex- exhortations to men in the front line. As a result, I have a reluctance to say much about temptations to which I myself am not exposed. No man, I suppose, is tempted to every sin. It so happens that the impulse which makes men gamble has been left out of my makeup, and no doubt I pay for this by lacking some good impulse, of which it is the excess or perversion. I therefore did not feel myself qualified to give advice about permissible and impermissible gambling. If there is any if there is any permissible, for I do not claim to know even that. I have also said nothing about birth control. I am not a woman, nor even a married man, nor am I a priest. I did not think it my place to take a firm line about pains, dangers, and expenses from which I am protected, having no pastoral office which obliged me to do so. This is where he lacks. What do you mean? What do you mean by where he lacks? The fact that he's not talking about birth control? In confusion. Not taking a stand on things in and of itself is a stand. I think, I don't know. I don't think necessarily that, because you're not saying you're for or against something. It's just you don't have an opinion on it because you can't speak on it, or you don't have, you're neutral. I do know. You have a good rest of your evening. Enjoy work. There's a difference in saying I refuse to take a side and I'm not informed enough to take a side. Absolutely. Look at pinned. What are we? Huh? Oh, yeah, the highest common factor referring to the shared essential beliefs and moral principles common to nearly all Christians across different. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Chicken, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Do-do-do-do-do. Kitty, kitty. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Do-do-do. Whew. Give Chicken Nugget a treat for you. I don't have treats near me, but I can give him like little head scritches because he's just standing, or he's actually just sitting like by my monitor right now, watching my screen. All right. Far deeper objections may be felt and have been expressed against my use of the word Christian to mean one who accepts the common doctrines of Christianity. People ask, who are you to lay down who is and who is not a Christian? Or may not many a man who cannot believe these doctrines be far more truly a Christian, far closer to the Spirit of Christ than some who do? Now this objection is in one sense very right, very charitable, very spiritual, and very sensitive. It has every available quality except that of being useful. We simply cannot, without disaster, use language as these objectors want us to use it. I will try to make this clear by the history of another and very much less important word. The word gentleman originally meant something. Chicken, stop batting at my monitor. I think birth control was a very, very new thing at the time. If he knew the science and stuff we know today, I'm sure he would hold a more modern Christian view on birth control. I think so. I have a very depends on what you want to use it for type of view when it comes to birth control because so I guess I can dump a little fun fact about me. I used to use birth control, but not for the sake of thinking, oh, I don't want kids, therefore I'm gonna prevent it. As a woman, I had I still do have very heavy periods, and I bleed a lot, and they are not good. Um, it actually like tanks my blood pressure sometimes with how much I bleed, but when I was on birth control, it helped it be very light. And it was a very like small hormonal dose, so it didn't really affect my hormones too much, but it helped my periods a lot. And I think in that kind of case, I'm not really against the use of birth control because I get it. And I know birth control, like outside of preventing pregnancy, has has like helped people with symptoms of like PCOS and other just medical conditions. But that is just my view on birth control. But if you're obviously using it just for the sake of preventing a pregnancy, then yeah, no way, no, please no. If it was named anything other than birth control, we would have the same issue. Yeah, I your model's wigging out. It's because I'm looking down and my camera can't like effectively track my face. But yeah, that's my personal view on birth control. I think it just depends on what you're using it for, and there are obviously like good and bad ways to go about it, and it just depends on the person. For me, it helped me a lot. I'm no longer using it, but that's just my view. I've thought about even getting back because I'm like I'm tired of this monthly crap. I'm pretty sure he was talking about it in the matter of preventing pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents. I'm sorry if we got into a topic that no one probably wanted to discuss was birth control. All right. The word gentleman originally meant something recognizable, one who had a coat of arms and some landed property. When you called someone a gentleman, you were not paying him a compliment, but merely stating a fact. If you said he was not a gentleman, you were not insulting him, but giving information. There was no contradiction in saying that John was a liar and a gentleman, any any more than there now is in saying that James is a fool and an MA. I don't know if I want to know what MA means. Um, but then there came people who said, so rightly, charitably, spiritually, sensitively, so anything but useful. Ah, but surely the important thing about a gentleman is not the coat of arms and the land, but the behavior. I can agree with that. Surely he is the true gentleman who behaves as a gentleman should. Surely, in that sense, Edward is far more truly a gentleman than John. They meant well. To be honorable and courteous and brave is, of course, a far better thing than to have a coat of arms, but it is not the same thing. Worse still, it is not a thing everyone will agree about. To call a man a gentleman, in this new refined sense, becomes, in fact, not a way of giving information about him, but a way of praising him. To deny that he is a gentleman becomes simply a way of insulting him. When a word ceases to be a term of description and becomes merely a term of praise, it no longer tells you facts about the object. It only tells you about the speaker's attitude to that object. A nice meal only means a meal the speaker likes. A gentleman, once it has been spiritualized and refined out of its old coarse, objective sense, means hardly more than a man whom the speaker likes. As a result, gentleman is now a useless word. We had lots of terms of approval already, so it was not needed for that use. On the other hand, if anyone wants to use it in its old sense, he cannot do so without explanations. It has been spoiled for that purpose. Yeah. I didn't know that's what a gentleman originally like meant. I didn't know that I only ever knew it as like, if you say someone's a gentleman, they behave like nicely. they're a cool dude.
Right, I got entrusted with the mission of reminding you all of drinking water. Drink
What?
water. And stay safe, chat. And Bell too,
Water.
probably.
Water. How many more pages do I have of this? Okay, we're almost done. I'll finish reading this. Now, if once we allow people to start spiritualizing and refining, or as they might say, deepening the sense of the word Christian, it too will speedily become a useless word. In the first place, Christians themselves will never be able to apply it to anyone. In my opinion, sometimes the word Christian is useless. Because there are so many people that like sin willy-nilly and think they can, but then they go, it's okay, I'm a Christian. I see that used so much. I see that so much. It's like, that's when you're making the word Christian useless. And it's something anyone can say. Like, so many people just call themselves a Christian but aren't exuding the fruits of the Spirit. How often do we fall into that trap? Which trap? I'm confused. Question confusing. Making a word useless? A lot. We all make words useless, like 6, 7. Excuse me. Hi, religious talk. Yeah. We're reading Mere Christianity and we're just talking about Jesus. Where did I go? Useless and word. In the first place, Christians themselves will never be able to apply it to anyone. It is not for us to say who, in the deepest sense, is or is not close to the Spirit of Christ. We do not see into men's hearts. We cannot judge and are indeed forbidden to judge. It would be wicked arrogance for us to say that any man is or is not a Christian in this refined sense. Where's my highlighter? There it is. And obviously, a word which we can never apply is not going to be a very useful word. As for the unbelievers, they will no doubt cheerfully use the word in the refined sense. It will become in their mouths simply a term of praise. In calling anyone a Christian, they will mean they think him a good man. But that way of using the word will be no enrichment of the language, for we already have the word good. Meanwhile, the word Christian will have been spoiled for any really useful purpose it might have served. We must therefore stick to the original, obvious meaning. The name Christian was first given at Antioch to the disciples, to those who accepted the teaching of the apostles. There is no question of its being restricted to those who profited by that teaching as much as they should have. There is no question of its being extended to those who, in some refined, spiritual, inward fashion, were far closer to the Spirit of Christ than the less satisfactory of the disciples. The point is not a theological or moral one. It is only a question of using words so that we can all understand what is being said. When a man who accepts the Christian doctrine lives unworthily of it, it is much clearer to say he is a bad Christian than to say he is not a Christian. I hope no reader will suppose that mere Christianity is here to put forward as an alternative to the creeds of the existing communions, as if a man could adopt it in preference to congregationalism. Woo! Big words. Big words. Or Greek Orthodoxy, or anything else. It is more like a hall out of which doors open into several rooms. I've already lost one. If I can bring anyone into that hall, I shall have done that. I attempted, but into that hall I shall have done what I attempted, but it is in the rooms, not in the hall, that there are fires and chairs and meals. The hall is a place to wait in, a place from which to try the various doors, not a place to live in. For that purpose, the worst of the rooms, whichever that may be, is, I think, preferable. It is true that some people may find they have to wait in the hall for a considerable time, while others feel certain almost at once which door they must knock at. I do not know why there is this difference, but I am sure God keeps no one waiting unless he sees that it is good for him to wait. Whew. When you do get into your room, you will find that the long wait has done you some kind of good, which you would not have had otherwise. But you must regard it as waiting, not as camping. You must keep on praying for the light, and, of course, even in the hall, you must begin trying to obey the rules which are common to the whole house. And above all, you must be asking which door is the true one, not which pleases you best by its paint and paneling. In plain language, the question should never be, do I like that kind of service? But, are these doctrines true? Is holiness here? Does my conscience move me towards this? Is my reluctance to knock at this door due to my pride, or my mere taste, or my personal dislike of this particular doorkeeper? When you have reached your own room, be kind to those who have chosen different doors, and to those who are still in the hall. If they are wrong, they need your prayers all the more. And if they are your enemies, then you are under orders to pray for them. That is one of the rules common to the whole house. Phew. I did it. I made it through. I made it through the preface. I feel like that was like hard for me to read out loud, and I apologize. My reading was terrible. My eyes were also like going in and out of focus, despite me wearing my glasses. So it kind of sucked. Let me grab my little bookmark. Little bookmark. My little bookmarks that I have are freaking like little leaf sprouts. So like when I put them in my books, it looks like my books are sprouting like little leaves. It's so cute. Hi, Biscuit. What's up, honey? Hey, Bubs. Come here.
In honor of Dragon Appreciation Day, I am eating chicken nuggets for dinner in addition to my usual fish fillet combo meal. Smiley face
Woohoo!
emoji, thumbs up emoji.
Chicken doggy. Like so many religions, as far as I'm aware, Christianity also has many branches. Is this book about a specific version of Christianity, or is it about the general term? It is about the general term. And we were just reading the book by C.S. Lewis called Mere Christianity. We only read the preface chapter. Whew. Just wait till the later chapters is gonna get good. Heck yeah. I'm excited. I'm glad we finally started it. I only recently noticed the blue under your ears. It's a nice detail. Thank you. I feel like what a lot of people don't notice is like I have blue under my ears, but it's also sparkly. It's like if I it's hard to notice, but if I like bounce my ears, it's more noticeable. But I have sparkles in my ears. And they RGB. Yeah, they do. They do that. Chicken nugget. Stop. Little turd. Okay, I have a question. If we don't know if we are saved or not because we are consistently falling, what happens? Do we have to know if we are saved or not to get into heaven? Because I really don't want to experience hell, even though I am constantly falling short. Even though I'm not supposed to sin, I keep falling into whether my eyes accidentally fall away from Jesus. So, okay. Oh, Beatty, thank you so much for the 2 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. Oh, and Thunder, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifted. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you. To answer your question, Desolated Waves, um, all have fallen short of the glory of God. It says this pretty much word for word in scripture. Everyone has fallen short of the glory of God. We are not perfect, and that is why Christ had to die for us. Um, we will always fall short every day. We all do. We are not perfect, and the way I've looked at it is if we are concerned about being saved, chances are we are saved, kind of thing. Um, Gizmo, thank you for the 20 gifted. And Jojono, thank you so much for the prime. Oh my gosh, you guys, a lot of gifted subs today. What the heck? Thank you. Thank you, Gizmo. But what so we all fall short every day, and what matters truly um our is our hearts being repentant. Um because I think if it says if you believe in your heart and confess with your tongue that Christ is Lord, you will be saved. And we are saved by grace through faith. So if you have faith in Christ and you truly believe that he died on the cross and paid the price for your sins and fully believe that he is Lord, you will be saved. And don't beat yourself up during your times of weakness, because we all fall short. We all fall. And if our hearts are truly repentant and we truly believe Christ is good, naturally good works does produce in us, and but we are not saved by our works. But when our faith is genuine, good works will produce naturally. And the closer we get to Christ, the less we desire to sin. What about those of us with strong wills and it just crumbles sometimes we give in? It happens. It happens. But what Satan wants you to do is Satan
Hamburger,
wants you.
hamamum, burger, jerjerger, hamburger, burger ham, hamjer, jerburger, your,
What Satan wants you to do is Satan wants you to dwell in your mishaps. Satan wants you to dwell in your failures. The righteous fall and get up every single time. So, yes, you will fall. You will fall short. But it's more important that you get up and you keep looking towards Jesus. I fall every day. It happens. I am by no means perfect, and I don't want anyone thinking that I am perfect and some perfect Christian woman on the internet. I fall and I am terrible sometimes. And it happens. But I recognize when I fall. And I do my best not to do it again, but sometimes we'll do it again. Sometimes it happens. It
Jesus is
doesn't.
not a quick fix, but a lifelong daisy sown.
Daisy son? Daisy son? Yeah, dude? Daisy son? Decision? But it is not your works that get you into heaven. Because if it was our works that get into heaven, it would be a competition against everyone. It's like, well, I did this much stuff, so therefore I deserve to get into heaven, right? Right? No. You get into heaven because your faith is in Jesus Christ. And yes, faith without works is dead. Because when your faith is genuine, you will naturally produce works. It won't be even like a thought, like, oh, I'm going to do this because I'm a Christian and I want to produce good works. It's no, I'm doing it because I want to. Like, I have the desire to. You do it without thinking because you just want to glorify God in everything that you do. And so naturally, your good works will produce. They will know you by your fruits. You can't work your way into heaven. Exactly. Our faith will bring value to our works. I like how you worded that, Mr. Edwards. But yeah.
I feel in my heart that I truly believe, but I also have horrible, sinful thoughts. I'm constantly rebuking them and I'm constantly fighting my mind, usually in the shower when I'm listening to my playlists, and I always gotta listen to the worship music I created to not think those bad things. Like I feel my heart change and then I immediately recognize it. I then pray, rebuke, and try and force it to change back out of that sinful state.
Amen, brother. Hey, I go through the same exact thing. Like I'm gonna be real with y'all for a minute. I struggle consistently with the desire to wanting to have sex. That is probably one of my biggest struggles. But I don't act on it because one, I don't have a boyfriend, and two, I just don't. But I deal with the thoughts all the time. All the time I deal with those thoughts. More than I would like to admit. But it's when you recognize it and you do your best to rebuke them, you pray and you listen to your worship music, you just put your focus on God in those times that you feel weak. And some for some people, I think it was a video I saw, but for some people, certain temptations will be something you will struggle with till the day you die. Some people will have a constant battle with a certain temptation. Yes, God can deliver you from temptations, and He does that all the time. But for some, you may struggle with it till the day you die. It may be a thing. I don't know. But what is more important is during those times of weakness and when you feel tempted, is you seek God. You seek His comfort. You sit in His presence. Paul had his thorn in the flesh. Yeah, yeah.
Get a amen for Big Jesus gonna head to bed. Night everybody. Love you and Jesus. Stay strong, keep praying and praising. Keep seeking Jesus always.
Boyfriend and lady, you mean husband? Yes. You know what I mean. You know what I meant. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married, but it is something I struggle with regularly. And it was worse when I was in a relationship. Absolutely, it was worse because I had someone to look at. but it's but we'll check and get out from in front of my stuff. But struggle is a part of the walk. We will always struggle. And some struggles will only go away when we die. Um I believe masturbation is sin. Not in the sense of the act in it of it like I so I used to wrestle with that exact same thought because it wasn't talked about explicitly. Sex before marriage was talked about, but masturbation was never touched on. But I fully believe masturbation is sin because it is a doorway and it is a window into those lustful thoughts. Because it masturbation will lead you into thinking about sex. It will lead you into thinking about wanting to do certain things. So it is your essentially like I guess I could call it like gateway. um yeah, the act is the manifestation of lust and greed and it is sexually gratifying your flesh. Because like even before like I came to Christ, like did I masturbate with the intent of even thinking of anyone or anything nasty? No, sometimes it was just a stressful day and I did it. But it would lead to me thinking about certain things, which is where like it can spiral down really quick. So it is harmful for you and therefore we shouldn't do it. Lust will get you any way it can. Sin will get you any way it can. And the devil wants you to think doing it a certain way isn't bad. Satan wants you to think, oh, if you just, like, Satan
If you
wants you
can't
to.
do it in front of Jesus, it's probably a sin.
Amen, brother. Amen. 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 If you wouldn't do it in front of Jesus, just don't even do it. Just don't even do it. If you would not look Jesus dead in the eyes and do it, don't do it. Satan wants you to make compromises. And the way I was actually taught this early on in my walk is people try to ride the fence all the time. People try to have like one foot in and one foot out. Like they try to have a little bit of the world and a little bit of Jesus and think they can follow Christ and still get what they want. You can't. Because you can't ride the fence because there is no one foot in, one foot out. The devil owns that fence. It don't matter if that fence is the dividing line. Satan owns that fence. So if you're even looking at that fence, you are looking at temptation and you are looking at Satan dead in the eyes and you are going, but what if? No, bro owns that fence. Don't even touch it. Burn it, walk away from it. Don't even look at it. Don't even breathe in its vicinity. Satan owns that fence. And if you are riding that fence, you have played into the hands of Satan. I see people so many times that, like, even I tried to, like, I even had that mindset where I'm like, well, in cases of just 2D anime porn, people use the excuse, well, it's not
Have you ever
real.
heard of the song Overcome by Jeremy Camp?
I have not, but I love Jeremy Camp. I will give that a listen. But, like, I used to hear the excuse, like, for, like, 2D anime porn is like, well, it's not real. It's not real women. So it's fine, right? No, it's not fine. It's still pornography. It's still leading you, the effects are the same. It destroys your brain. I argue that 2D anime porn is worse than real porn in a sense because you are lusting after something that is fake, something that you can't even touch. And you are lusting over pixels. Even when you watch regular porn, you're essentially lusting after pixels because it's on a screen. Turn off the porn, find a woman, get married, and glorify God. Porn does nothing but destroy your brain. Porn has, I will say this, I will be so real with y'all. Porn damaged my relationship that I had. I was in a long term relationship. Porn screwed it up so bad. Because porn just makes you look at women and as people as just objects. It's not healthy. It damages your brain. It factually does. Like, scientifically, porn screws up your brain. And the more you cave into porn, the more like you will never be satisfied. It's the same like idea where the more sexual partners you have had prior to marriage, the more unsatisfied you will be when you're actually married. You are meant to be one flesh with your husband or wife and to be with them. Oh, I'm getting fired up. Anyways. Like I have been on the end of I was a lewd tuber. Like I get it, guys. I understand. I did lewd tubing. I was that VTuber that took advantage of people's loneliness and porn addictions for monetary gain. Like I did it. And praise be to God that I am delivered from doing that. Cuz I feel awful. Like some days I feel awful that I did it. But I'm not defined by that anymore. And yes, I could say, like, oh, I'm better than most OnlyFans girls. At least I wasn't actually sleeping with people. No, I was still doing the same thing they're doing, taking advantage of people. I took advantage of them. But God brought me out of that. And I am no longer defined by who I was. Ah! Rah! Ugh. Man. Porn is taking advantage of yourself as well. Absolutely. Because you fall into this mindset of, oh, it's easy money. But what you don't get told is going to screw you up mentally also. There's a girl at church that I would like to pursue, but part of me fears that due to having consumed that kind of content, it will hurt that relationship. I understand, but what matters is that you turn away from it. And it can be hard. And there are resources out there that can help you. I know the Lord's Giant on Instagram. If anyone knows him, I know he offers I believe he has like a link to some kind of like app or something that helps you stay accountable with that kind of stuff. And he has resources, and there are so many resources out there that can help you, and nothing can help you more than just by surrendering yourself to God. The more you surrender to God, the more you change. Covenant eyes, yeah, that's what it is, I think. The Lord Giant is a go. He is amazing. He's a great guy. I love talking to him every time. I send him reels from time to time, and he's just. I was actually speaking of the Lord's Giant. I I was DMing him the other day, and we talk about VTubers and stuff because he like asked me once. He didn't understand like I guess the whole point of VTubing, and so I like was talking to him about it and stuff. But like basically, we were talking about like projects and stuff, and I was telling him about like my new secret model that was coming up, and I was showing him what it looks like or describing kind of what it looks like. And I was just like, you probably have no idea what I'm saying. He's like, not really, but I'm glad you're excited. And I was just like, I was cackling because I was like talking to talking to this poor man. I was talking to him like VTubing is the most normal thing, and he's just like, uh-huh, uh-huh. And then I showed him what my like I showed him what my new my secret model looks like, and then he was like, "Okay, that's pretty sick." And I was like, "See, you get it now. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Just trust." Silent Bell and the Lord Giant collab when I keep trying to think of ideas on how I can collab with him because we talked about it and we want to, but like I don't it's so hard to think of what you can do as a collab when it comes to like VTuber and like IRL and like oh my gosh, wait. Neobium, thank you so much for the raid. Holy cow. Holy guacamole. Does he game? I don't think he does, no. Oh, hi. Hi. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Where's Redeem Zoomer? I don't think Redeem Zoomer even likes anime. I think he would be very concerned about my existence. I I don't know about that. How do I get over my parents' divorce? Because it's been 5 years since the divorce and I still don't know how to deal with honestly, that is something I don't think I can't help you with. I've never had to go through that. And I'm sorry that you had to witness your parents' divorce. It's never fun. It is always very sad when parents divorce because marriage is meant to be a covenant, a forever thing. And it sucks when it doesn't work out. But maybe talking to a pastor or a counselor or even talking to your parents individually could help because I think it's something about like you yeah what people in chat are saying like forgiving them um but no I feel for those that have had to like witness divorce with their parents. I am truly blessed that like um my parents have stayed together this whole time. Every time I crack up
I
and I
heard a
tell my
pastor say one time that we need to stop trusting in our own works and instead trust the work that it is already finished.
it is finished. Amen, brother. But I always crack up. Like I tell my mom, I'm like, man, mom, how do you put up with this? She's like, I have no idea. And then sometimes when my mom's being a little crackhead, I look at my dad and I'm like, wow, why do you put up with her? I instigate my parents. I'm an instigator. Ah. Me, it is very like common in my family. We love each other by bullying each other. It's it's so natural for us. I'm intrigued. Don't think I've ever run into a Christian stream before. Is this legit or parody? Definitely not parody. For those of you that are new here and that may have joined us from the raid, I am a Christian VTuber. I have been mostly been just chatting. I've been a just chatting streamer recently. I've been yapping a lot, but I play video games. I talk about Jesus. I also read the Bible every Sunday on stream, and we just hang out. Like I do my best to make sure my stream is a welcoming environment for believers and non-believers. But I am also not afraid to talk about my beliefs and talk about what I truly believe in and stand firm on those beliefs. I will do that and I will be honest. But I do have I'm pretty sure the ratio of non-believers that join my stream are probably smaller, but there are some that do join and I am grateful for those that are here and um yeah. I welcome you guys and I hope that y'all are having a blessed evening. I've already been streaming for 3 hours tonight. I've been. I don't want to put pressure on you, but do you mind faith related questions? I do not mind at all. I am here to answer. We were actually talking about a lot of faith-related stuff just now. We read Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. We read the first like preface chapter. And yeah. 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 Almost 3. Almost 3. Whatever, dude. I'm gonna play my music again. I just need a little sound in my background. Otherwise, I feel like schizo. I found you through YouTube Shorts or Instagram. I'm so glad to be here. Crisis King, hi, welcome in. Oh goodness. What's your take on gods in video games? Legend of Zelda, for example. Should you take it as Christian analogy by working for a trinity, or is it working for false gods? Um, the way I usually look at like gods or goddesses in like video games and fantasy and stuff like that is, it's fake. It is not the true God, and we know it is fake and it is not the true God. However, if you feel convicted to not touch those kinds of genres or stories that involve that, then obviously don't touch them. But where's it at? It's in Romans somewhere, or I think it's like I think it's when Paul says like the meat they are sacrificing to false god is to a fake god and it is not real, therefore you can eat it kind of thing. Romans 14. Is it? Is it Romans 14? Let me go find it. 2 chapters ago. I know, we literally just read this. But that is usually my thought process is it is fake, it is fantasy, it is fiction. Therefore, I personally don't have a conviction towards it. Because I know who my true God is. Oh, I need to get my hold on. I need to switch off of my KJV translation in my phone. For the one who is weak in faith, welcome him, but not to quarrel over opinions. One person believes he may eat anything, while the weak person eats only vegetables. Yeah. Question, why is church always so dang early? Good question. I am thankful my church does 3 different services. We do one at like 8, 10, and 11:30. I usually go to second. So I usually go to my church at like 10. Hi. Again. I know you see my hand. Why do you always look like you're trying to attack my hand? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Sometimes if I have like things to do, I will try my best to go like first service, like first thing in the morning. But if I'm like really busy and I have a lot to do, then I usually listen online while I'm doing stuff. It depends. I had you through YouTube. Love supporting fellow Christians and fellow Christians. Oh, thank you, Nobium. Also, thank you again for the raid. Thank you, thank you. I hope you had a very lovely stream. That song, Glory. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a scam baiter. I got a bank account and some other information reported. Heck yeah. That's awesome. So you're literally like scammer payback. That's awesome. That's sick. She made it to 3 hours. I did. I just looked at your merch page. That Pookie and Christ shirt is peak. I might get some for my lads. Do it. Do it. Do it. Get it. Get Pookie and Christ shirts for the whole congregation. That'd be so funny. Hello. My Pookies and Christ. I need to actually. Let me see here. That's not what I needed. La 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 la. This activity feed? Oh, I think I did it. Savior's love, my Savior's love. Perfect. Okay, I found the activity thing that
Are
lets
you
me see.
familiar with the Book of Esther? If not,
I
I highly
am.
encourage you to read it whenever you get the chance. You really do see God's divine providence unfold.
I am familiar with the Book of Esther. Jason, thank you for the 2 months. Man of Teal, thank you for the 12. Yours love, my Savior's love. I know, not the Grammarly Twitch scam. That was kind of funny. What was that? Awesomeness. My Savior's love. Mm-hmm. Question is, do I want to go for a walk? Mies thinks I wants to walks. I need a walk. New PJs are calling my name. What? What is my step count for today? Ooh, I've actually done better than I thought on my step count today, I think. Oh no, I've done terrible. I do need to go on a walk though. I might do that here in a sec. Do I like energy drinks? I do like energy drinks. Fun fact, if you want to see your favorite dragon get her own freaking shaker cup, feel free to use code SILENT at checkout when you get your gamer subs. There is caffeine free and there is caffeine versions. And we also have a new creatine and hydration formula. Or if you don't want either, there's shirts, but disclaimer. If you are prone to temptation of sexual sin, I do not recommend clicking on the GamerSubs website or scrolling through it. because there are things that you could stumble upon. But my goal is to work on getting my own cup partnership with GamerSups and hopefully bringing Christ into that company and getting Jesus spreaded in. Don't creatine, it can mess with your system. Creatine doesn't mess with your system. Pure creatine monohydrate does not mess with your system. It's already something that is naturally produced inside your muscles. In steak, I believe. Yeah. What creatine allows your body to do, it allows your muscles to hold water, making them look more fuller and more defined. Um, However, when you do take a creatine supplement, you do have to make sure you are hydrated. That is the only thing. But creatine is probably one of the most researched supplements when it comes to fitness. You can peel the labels off the GamerSups can. Yeah, that's what my dad does. My dad actually buys GamerSups, and he just peels the labels off. Because his favorite flavor is anime girl thighs, which is a orange dreamsicle. Um, and he just peels the label off. Same with my mom. My mom peels the label off of hers because she gets Silver Veil's Sakura thingy, Sakura flavor. And so my mom just pulls off the label. My nephews drink Chug Juice. I drink Goof Juice. The labels on those is fine. Chug Juice looks like something straight out of Fortnite. Tear off the rope. Tear off the rope. Da, 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 da. Your mom gets like the worst can. I think there's worse ones than Silvervales. Maybe. I don't know. I personally don't buy any of the flavors. Um I buy I buy a lot of the t-shirts. That's what I enjoy cuz I use their t-shirts as like gym shirts most of the time or just comfy shirts. I'm actually wearing a Gamer Sub shirt right now. Figure a walking advertisement. Yeah. Well, what's funny is my coworkers actually use Gamer Subs also. They they came into the office the other day with a tub of Gamer Subs and I looked at them and I was like, "Hey, I know that company." And then I told them next time they order they have to use my code. Smile. I'm surprised you're awake right now. It's only 9:10. Oh, I forgot they had a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure collab at Gamer Subs too. They have a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure flavor. Ocean Stone Fruit. Yeah, there's a JoJo flavor. See, and I was like, I also thought about making like little quick links um for flavors that don't have sus imagery, which honestly is a lot of them now that I'm looking at it. Fat majority of their flavors don't have sus imaging. There's some that there's obviously a handful that are pretty don't touchy, but it's actually more than I anticipated. I did have Amelie's blue screen babe um flavor the other day. That one was really good. I actually really liked that one. It's the shakers you have to be more wary of. Yeah, like the shakers and t-shirts are what you have to be more wary of. Oh right, they have Crusaderade by Swagger Souls. I forgot about that one. Do I have a schedule for when you stream or is it just whenever? I stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. My stream schedule is pinned in my Discord server underneath the schedule tab. I also have my stream schedule pinned on Instagram, TikTok, and I also make announcements every time I go live on Discord. Crusade, yeah, there's a flavor called Crusaderade. I haven't had that flavor. Crusaderade is mango tea. Ooh, that sounds good. I don't think Swagger is Christian, but the name sounds sweet. Yeah, I don't think he is. The container looks cool though. My nephews love drinking chug juice. They love that one. But yeah, if any update on the plushies? So Little Man's plushie should be starting to ship out. Please check your emails. I know quite a handful of you guys have gotten like tracking numbers already sent to them for their Little Man's plushies. So yeah, y'all should be. I know some people have already gotten them in the mail, which is crazy. I'm like, whoa, people are starting to get their plushies. Do you want candy ruined for you? It's not really inappropriate, but it will ruin candy. Sure, ruin candy for me. Is it true you have to have a boob cup to get a flavor? No. So when it comes to the content creators on GamerSups, you get to choose what you get on your cup. But flavors, I believe, have a higher goal than the cup does. So like first, if I reach like the unit goal for the cup, I get a cup, a t-shirt. I get a cup and a t-shirt, I believe. And then the next like goal benchmark would be like my own flavor, which I don't even want to know how many units I need to sell on that. My goal is a cup. My goal is a cup and a t-shirt. That is it. Love you about Jesus cares about you, and I think I've seen a bit of your streams, but I saw your testimony video. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad. Thank you. And welcome to the stream. Probably like 5K units, yeah. But I think yeah. So if we be grinding, like we gotta get I believe Lord willing we get our own cup. That would be really awesome. Lord willing. Work it out. No, no. No, no. 2.0 debut goal? What do you mean? No, just shaker cup. Shake up like the goal. I'm confused now. I'm confused now. Can you pray for me, Bill? This weekend is going to be hard. Absolutely. You know how candies are shiny? To get the shine, what the companies will do is go to trees and scrape off bug poop. Beautiful. Beautiful. Praise the Lord, I've been born again. How many more units do I need? So I have no idea. I think what I'm trying to get done for GamerSups, just for my brain to like better compute everything, is I have to have 2,400 units sold in the span of one contract year. So what I think we're gonna try doing is do from January of this year to January of next year to reach that goal. Just to make calculating the units easier. So we get technically more time, I guess, to reach it. But I did the maths. 2,400 divided by 12, 200 units a month. I don't know if we can do that, but we can certainly try. The GamerSubs code can be used as many times as you want. It does not run out, it's just constant. You can use it as many times as you want. Sometimes I use my own code. It's fun. What happens if I get that? If I get my goal, I get my own shaker cup. And like little merch collaboration with GamerSups. Was wondering if you were gonna fast between Ash Wednesday and Easter. I may try that this year. I didn't do it last year because like I wasn't sure. But if anyone needs like I guess like a way to think about it, for every $40 spent, that is equal to 1 unit. So the way I think about it is basically one tub is 1 unit. But obviously, you can buy $40 worth of the t-shirts, cups, anything else on the site, and it would equal up to 1 unit for me. But best way I like to do the math is one tub equals 1 unit. So 2,400 tubs within the span of a year, we'd have the goal, essentially. I feel so empty right now. What's wrong? ¿Por qué? What does your flavor taste like? I don't have a flavor right now, but if you would like my recommendation on a flavor, I highly recommend Goof Juice, which is Asmund Gold's flavor, I believe. That flavor is personally one of my favorite. So, highly recommend Goof Juice. I thought it was Moist Critical. Is it Moist Critical? My bad. They look the same. They should twin up. They literally be twinning. Twinsies. But yeah, one is bald, one is bald now. I don't keep up with these yahoos. But Goof Juice, that's my recommendation. I remember from your testimony video that there was a time when you thought you were a boy. Would you ever talk about that, or is that something you want to leave in the past? I don't mind talking about it. Um, I was like, if you want me to talk about it now, I can. Um, Basically, during that time period in my life, I dealt with a lot of sexual harassment, between middle school, or most of middle school. And so throughout all of high school, pretty much, I lived out my high school years as a boy, but I thought I was actually trans when in reality, I was doing it as a result of trauma. And I didn't recognize that till I was later on in college. But I lived all throughout high school as a boy pretty much, and it got people to leave me alone, but then I opened myself to other kinds of bullying, so whatever. You win some, you lose some, I guess, but um I wasn't being sexually harassed anymore. So there's a win on that end. Uh but yeah, I struggled with that for several years, but um that happened to me based off of a lot of trauma that I didn't recognize until later on. Um, and I also was in an abusive relationship at the time too, with another woman. um, so yeah, that was that time of my life. Um, but it's no longer me, and it's just yeah, it's an awkward time. It was an awkward time. It was a very awkward time. But you know what? We out here now. Ouchie. Let go and let go. What you doing, chicken? What you doing, buddy? Hold on, I gotta go. Check on my cats. What you doing, Bubs? Hmm? What's up? What you just sitting here for? Come here. Mwah. Hi, honey. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm a counselor and I've been seeing that lately. Sorry. Trauma happened to you. It's tough. Yeah, and I think what sucks is there are some like areas where like in school, um teachers and counselors like promote kids feeling like this. I don't think minors should be deciding what they are till they're adults. Like they encourage it and push it, but most of the time if you just develop you come to realize that like that's not it. And some people do still struggle with that. Like there's one guy on Instagram. He's blown up quite recently. He is an ex-trans woman who gave himself to the Lord, and is very open how he still struggles with the desires to put on makeup, to dress like a woman and be who he was, but he knows his identity is in Jesus Christ. And I love watching his videos cuz like slay. And some people do like end up struggling with it um for a while. Like it we all have our things that we struggle with. When we play an Overwatch game. I don't think I'm playing Overwatch tonight, man. I'm just chilling and yapping today. We'll probably play some Overwatch tomorrow. Me and my actually stream may be late tomorrow, just in the sense, me and my dad are gonna actually build my new desk, finally. Um, I don't know how long that's gonna take, but Me and my dad will be building my new desk tomorrow, and I don't know how long that's going to take, but I also have my disciple making training class tomorrow morning, which that lasts from like 9 to 12. It's a few hours, and then once I get out, um I will be building my desk with my dad, and hopefully we'll be done by the time stream starts. If we're not, stream will just be pushed a little later. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to build my new desk. It's a standing desk. So now, like, if I'm having a just chatting stream, I can sit here and, like, just walk around my room and just talk, or just stand in front of my desk and talk. And it's gonna be great. I'm excited. Did I see your highlight message earlier? Maybe. I apologize if I didn't. I might have. I can't remember. Is it one you can change the height on? Yeah, it's a sit to stand desk. Who was advocating for people to medically transition at 5? You'd be surprised. I remember during that time in my life, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos on like being trans and stuff, and there are some that literally got put on hormone blockers right when they hit puberty age, so that way they don't develop. It's kind of crazy. Um that like the parents get away with that. And unfortunately, I mean it's unfortunate. Like I think I just yeah. Anyways, I'm actually gonna go ahead and head out because I want to go for a walk. Oh, I knew you were here. Sorry, really shy. Recently, I've been finding my way back to God, and I've been reading my Bible and highlighting verses that speak to me. But I've been finding myself burning out. Any advice for burnout? Ooh, I've been dealing. I deal with burnout very easily. Best way I can recommend dealing with burnout is um read one chapter a day. And on days when you don't feel like reading a chapter, sit in prayer for about 5 minutes. Just sit and talk to God for 5 minutes. Listen to your worship music. Some days we don't, I mean, it's not like it's a requirement to read your Bible every day, even though you should. You absolutely should. I don't, because I don't like reading. But I find other ways that connect me to God. So I sit in my room in the dark and I talk to God and I pray. I just sit in my room in the dark and I talk to God. And I listen to my worship music. I connect to God through that. Doing audio Bible or audio, yeah, audio Bible book, audio book Bible, audio Bible. um, that could work too. Which is, sometimes I'll actually do that when I go for walks. I'll throw on the audiobook Bible and I go walk and I just listen. But like I suck at reading. I get tired when I read. So it's easy for me to just read in smaller bits. Like you can even just read like a verse or read only a few verses. Read a chapter, read a section. Like something is better than nothing, but don't feel like you have to cram down like 5 chapters in one sitting. The Bible is a lot sometimes. Like and sometimes you just need the smaller increments to be able to actually absorb what you're reading. Because we are not reading the Bible just to read. We are reading this to learn and apply. And how are we to learn and apply if we're just cramming everything into our brains but not absorbing, you know? So yeah. There was another question I wanted to answer. have you thought about getting a mocap suit so my avatar can walk around? I am not a 3D avatar. I'm only 2D, so even if I had a mocap suit, I could not walk around. Um, 2D VTuber models can't walk. I can't move my arms even. I can't move my legs. I don't have those capabilities. I can move my face. That's about it. I've thought about getting a mocap suit and a 3D avatar. So that way I could walk around. I think that would be fun. Especially because there's these trackers that everyone's like hyped about that are really good apparently. The equipment's expensive, but also like good night, silent. Join the Discord. God bless. God bless you, magnificent. I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening. And let me accept your Discord the request. Let me. But Secret Project 2.0. No, I I would like to one day have like a 3D model and walk around. I similar to what Fillion and Smugglana use. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. There was that one VTuber that actually like blew up because her trackers like managed to actually track her taking a leak. And it was funny. I don't know if anyone saw that on Twitter, but her trackers were literally so goated that they tracked her while she was like in a different room going to the bathroom. And it was so funny. And I was like, what? But like the trackers she's using, they blew up. And they're pretty cheap trackers and they seem really good for what they're worth. And so I'm like, maybe? But I need a 3D model first. It wasn't on stream, was it? No, like you couldn't see her go to the bathroom, but basically all you saw was like her VTuber model just kind of walk, sit down, and that was it. It was kind of funny. Like, hold on. Like it was so bad. Let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I could find it. Of course, I hate what the internet is giving me when I search this. Never mind. I want to go home. I want to go home. Did she say something about it? She was so embarrassed. I'm aborting my mission. I'm out of there. Rainbow Cap, I think, was the trackers. Yes, I found it. Okay. Here, I'm gonna show y'all the video because it literally isn't bad. It was just funny. I found it. I found it. I had to just search up what the trackers were called, and it popped up immediately. It's great. I found it. It's funny. I promise. Okay. All right. You ready, chat? This is pretty funny. I feel so bad for her, though. This is literally all that happened. You just see her model walk. she sit. She thought she was gonna lose tracking, but she just bathroom. What? No, it was so cooked. It was so cooked. And then, of course, the reason why this blew up is because everyone gave her crap for not washing her hands.
Yay!
It was so freaking cooked. It was so cooked. It was so cooked. But like those trackers are pretty cool, not gonna lie. So I'm over here like, well, maybe. What if I want to just buy the trackers? Because you get 15-point full body motion capture for $210, chat. That's a steal for full body tracking. Not what I expect to see in my Christian. Dude, we get a little unhinged sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus. It is because I have Vive trackers for VR chat. I have the full body Vive trackers, and I only have, what is it? It's technically 5 points of tracking with like the controllers, the feet trackers, and hips. And that's all I have. And I have 2 base stations. That costed a lot of freaking money. One tracker is like $100. And I don't even use it. I don't like it. I don't like how bulky it is. But like, this is like 15 points of tracking for $200? Perhaps. Like, I kind of want to just use it. One day. Maybe one day. That'll be a project maybe for later. I don't know yet. Because right now, there's actually, I'm going to lay on a little secret. I guess it's not a secret anymore. But the 3D model that I do have, that if y'all have seen my song covers on YouTube, that 3D model that exists was made specifically for those music videos because it only operates in a certain game. It's a mod for Project Diva specifically. However, the person that modeled that mod for me is able to give me the FBX file for Blender. And then I have someone who makes VR chat models that is going to try and take my Project Diva model and turn it into a VR chat model that I can use full body tracking for. That's the plan. So we're going to try and turn my Project Diva model into like a full body trackable model. And I'm thankful I have like friends that can do this. Cause like they've worked with me several times and it's not expensive, thankfully. But if we're able to get it done, that'd be sick. If it can't happen, then yo no sé. But no, I will say like the amount of projects and things that I'm able to do for stream and for content, I would not be able to do without you guys. I would not be here without God and without you guys. Like with all the gifted subs that I do get in donations, it gets thrown right back into my streaming. Truthfully. Like, yes, it also helps me pay my bills, but most of it, I just throw it right back into my content. I throw it right back into streaming because I want to keep doing things that make streams feel fresh and fun, and it's exciting. And it keeps me from being bored too. And so getting like all these different VTuber model projects and 3D models and just stuff, I like keeping things fun and fresh and just new things coming so that way it doesn't feel like, oh, it's the same boring silent stream. She's just gonna sit here and just yap my brain off and burp in my ear several hundred times. But yeah. Nah, truly, like, everything.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Hi. But truly, though, everything that y'all pour into stream, I pour it right back into you guys. And I love doing what I do. I truly love it. And I also, like, uh, I also, like, I pray that I every day I pray that I do my best to actually glorify God with what I'm doing because I want to make sure I'm doing good by God. I'm doing right by God. While also, like, obviously the human in me is like, well, I still want to do it, like, what is fun? Like, I still want to have fun. But, like, you know what I mean? First and foremost, I always want to make sure I'm doing right by God. And that is what is the most important to me.
Oh, baby, a triple!
And I say this to all my mods. I pray if I ever step out of line that y'all call my stupid butt out. You're legally obligated. Ban me in my own stream. Who's that sniffing my fingers? Who's that? Which kitty is that? Is that this Biscuit? Hi, Bisque. Little baby Bisque. Typing in slash ban Silent as we speak. Okay. I said I was gonna leave like probably 30 minutes ago. Here we are, still talking. Biscuit. And I want to go for my walk. I need to go on walkies. The dragon needs to go on a walk. And then I need to go to bed. I gotta be up early. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your evening. Is it actual walk time? It's actual walk time, I promise. Biscuit, stop attacking my hand. You're so mean to me. But I will see you guys tomorrow. If I don't see y'all by 4, expect stream to start at 6 Central Time. And if you'd like to, please feel free to join the Discord server. Also reminders, Discord server is strictly 18 plus, just due to the nature of some conversations that happen. More so in our Bible channels because we get into some really heavy topics about addiction, pornography, and all the things. But you are more than welcome to join the server if you are over 18, and as well if you would like to get notifications of when I go live. But yeah, I hope you have a blessed rest of your evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love y'all. God bless you. And good night. Goodbye.